Holiday marketing. I know it's still warm outside and it seems crazy that we're already talking about the holidays. But if you're not planning your holiday marketing campaigns in August, you're going to be behind the eight ball when the holiday season swings into gear. In today's presentation, we're going to give you some ideas on how you can start planning your holiday season now. My name is Lorraine Ball and I'm a marketing strategist. I own a company called Roundpeg, and every day we work with business owners helping them use digital tools to grow their marketing, email campaigns and social media, as well as web design. And the majority of today's presentation is really going to focus on email and how you can use email to boost your holiday sales. It is time to make the cash register ring. The thing that we know about the holidays is that in many businesses, this is the time of year that you get a vast majority of your total sales. In November, December, and running into January, for many businesses, this represents 20 to 40% of their yearly sales. Now, for retail companies, it's November and December. But for business-to-business companies, it's actually typically December and January. Why? December is when companies figure out that they have a little bit of their budget left and they have to spend it before the end of the year. And in January, the companies are starting off a new year, new budget, and they are ready to make those investments. And so if you're going to take advantage of the opportunities that the holidays provide, you have to start working on your marketing now. So are you ready? The expectation is that this year consumer holiday spending is going to increase by 3.4%, and that's on top of increases in each of the last few years. And online sales are actually expected to increase by a whopping 15.3%. This is one of the largest single increases that we've seen in recent years. And so one of the tricks to capturing online sales is actually getting in front of your customers while they're online. That's why social media and email marketing is more important than ever. So if you're going to do this, you need to start with a plan. Define your goals. What is it that you really want your campaigns to accomplish this holiday season? Are you looking to reach new customers? Drive repeat business and loyalty from your existing customers? Motivate donors and advocates? Or increase perhaps memberships and subscriptions? These are all valid holiday goals, but one campaign is not going to do all of these things. I would recommend that you set your priorities. What's the number one thing you want to accomplish? Create your campaigns for that. Then go back and look at your secondary, tertiary, etc. Do not try to do everything in one campaign. You will not do it well. Some key dates to keep in mind: Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. If you have a brick and mortar retail store, Black Friday is huge. Small Business Saturday is actually something that was started by American Express to encourage actually businesses to use the or to accept the American Express card. They promoted Small Business Saturday and kind of gave a kickback if you used an Amex card. They don't do that anymore, but the event still remains. And so if you are running a small, locally owned business, thinking about promotions for Small Business Saturday can be very effective. Cyber Monday has typically been when online sales are really big, as people come off the holiday weekend and hop online. And Giving Tuesday started a few years ago, and this is really sort of the nonprofit time to get in front of prospective donors. And this is the schedule, but I'm going to suggest to you that there are some real benefits to going against the schedule. And by that, what I mean is on Giving Tuesday, my inbox is going to be flooded with reminders to donate. But if your email comes out a week ahead, I might very well donate to your cause because I'll run out of money on Giving Tuesday. Same thing. You might want to run an event leading up to Small Business Saturday. This is a really nice example of a company that actually did a holiday preview sale the week before Thanksgiving. And so while everybody else is still getting ready for the holidays, they were actually running a sale and a promotion. And then they weren't competing on the big weekends with the messages coming out from bigger organizations that they couldn't compete with. This is another example of their email where they were doing, and this goes back to 2014, but they were actually promoting 20% off pre-holiday, encouraging people to come in before the crowds. Some other sample campaigns that I think might give you some ideas. This is an example of a retail outlet, Best Friday Ever. I think this is actually an athletic club. So encouraging people to come in, to physically come to your location. That's really what Black Friday is about. And I love the subtle black background. I'm not usually a fan of black, but this email is so sparse, I think it works. Small Business Saturday, giving people a reminder of why they need to buy and support small businesses in their community. This is where you pull out all the stops and really promote the locally owned, locally managed. Ooh, my Cyber Monday campaign disappeared. And then there is Giving Tuesday. This has got to be a pull at the heartstrings, really encourage people to open up their wallets. This is not a time to be subtle. There are too many people asking for money this time of year. And as you're thinking about your email campaigns, if you really want to get the most out of their campaigns, if you really want them to be effective, you need to divide your audience into groups based on interest, usage behavior, maybe demographics, however your audience divides up. You've got some people that are regular customers and donors, and these are people that interact with you all year long. They're going to get different messages than people who really only show up for the holidays. Maybe these are people that only show up when you have your holiday specials. If you're a nonprofit, maybe they only volunteer for your big holiday event. Then you've got some people who are just joining your list. And each of these people need different information. Your regular customers don't need as much detail as your seasonal customers might. And certainly not as much information as somebody who is new. And of course you have VIPs. These might be people who are regular purchasers, people who come back and buy from you often, frequent buyers, people who make large donations. You want to probably pull them out and have a unique campaign that just speaks to them. You want to think about what it is you're going to offer. What is it you're going to do during the holiday season that will encourage people to buy from you? Well, it's easy to do coupons and discounts, but that's not always the best strategy. Sometimes free shipping or a gift with purchase go a long way to encouraging someone to come in, call, or buy online. Making it easy to shop with gift cards These days, the packages under the holiday tree or on the holiday, in the holiday gift exchange often include nothing more than a gift card in wrapping paper. This is a great way to build loyalty not only with an existing customer, but a new customer. And sometimes it might be something as simple as an exclusive preview. It's not that you're giving them a discount, but you're giving them an opportunity to come in and shop. High-end jewelry stores and art galleries will do this. They'll invite their very best customers to come in the night before, to be able to browse in comfort, maybe a little bit of wine while they're browsing, and they're not fighting the crowds. So when you're thinking about your offer, don't just think about giving away something for a lower price. Create focused campaigns that talk about a single thing, that have a unique purpose. Maybe it's to promote a special deal, or maybe it's to promote a featured product. It might also simply be focused around driving traffic to your website, generating donations, membership, awareness. But I'm going to say it again. Don't try to do 2 or 3 of these in a single email. It just doesn't work. And think about more than just promoting sales. These are some lovely examples of using email and social media around Thanksgiving. Creating a Thanksgiving email or event, putting up a Thanksgiving post on social media, or if you're in the kind of market where it makes sense, showing off some of your Thanksgiving options on Pinterest. And again, another email that it's a very simple wish. Actually, I think this fooled me. I thought it was an email. This is actually a special event on their webpage. None of these things are really about sell, sell, sell. But it's a very powerful way to stay in front of people and kind of get out ahead of the curve a little bit. Everyone will be wishing people Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Sending Thanksgiving messages puts you in front of them during a period where there's not as much noise. As you're thinking about your email, think about it as a multi-part campaign, not just a one and done. For example, you might send an email if you're a business and announce your offer. Let people know they can get a free guide. Send out a reminder to people who either didn't open or didn't click on your offer. And then have a third email that you follow up and thank them for downloading your content. Now, this is awesome, and if you have the time to remember to schedule it and set it up, it works great. But I also want you to be thinking about automation, about setting up campaigns ahead of time. That's the whole reason you start your planning in August and in September, is so that these campaigns can be ready to go when you're going to be busy doing other things. Automate your email. Develop a standard welcome message that says hello to new customers when they sign up for your email list. Pre-schedule your campaigns. Right now, we have, for one of our clients, a Recipe of the Week club, and we have recipes scheduled through November. And consider using autoresponder campaigns. So that particular campaign that I showed you, you could have it set up to send every time someone joins your list. You don't have to do it just one time. And now, when you're thinking about the holidays, think beyond your inbox. Post your offers on social media. You can actually create your emails and share them with a link on your social media as well. This is a great time of year to upload a lot of inspiring images on Pinterest and on your Facebook page and Instagram, and start paying attention to the images that really generate a lot of interest. That will give you some clue as to what your very best images are and which ones are most likely to generate more interaction. So you've got this image of your coasters with your coffee beans. Use it in more places and maybe even use it on a print campaign. The entire world is not digital. There are times when you can have a real advantage by actually going into the real world, by featuring and selecting some of your best pictures to create a direct mail piece. As you're thinking about your online content, think in terms of a 3-post plan as well. Having 3 posts a couple of days apart, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter. Facebook is probably the best place for this kind of a program. Incentivize and encourage people to sign up for your email. Share a reminder. Let them know that there's still time if they sign up. And then say thank you. So you see, it's kind of the same strategy, whether it's email or social media. Here's the offer. Don't forget, thanks for playing. And as you are thinking about social media, there are a lot of great scheduling tools. Hootsuite, TweetDeck, My Social Suite, and even Facebook itself will allow you to schedule in advance so you can create your status update and then decide when you want it to go live. The advantage is that you can do a lot of this work on a rainy Saturday afternoon in October and have it generating sales and leads for you all season long. And I said earlier that this particular presentation was going to focus a lot on email. And here's why. With the high percentage of online sales, what we see is that 20% of all online sales are actually driven by email. They are driven in a response to getting a message about something they can buy online. 23% increase in mobile email clicks on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So those 2 days, actually we see even higher click-through rates. And 25% of Black Friday sales will originate from an email. So even though people think of Black Friday as a day to go to the store, if they get an email on Black Friday, they're like, you know what? I don't want to mess with the crowds. I'm going to buy online. So with that in mind, we're going to show you some campaign examples that hopefully will give you some ideas about what you can do to promote your business this holiday season. So the first thing you have to think about is, what is your offer? Remember, we talked about some of the things up front, and each one of these is going to have some different ideas behind it. You're going to, and there's lots of things that you can do for each of these categories. For example, here's some discount ideas. 20 off through a specific day. Buy 2, get 1 free. This one for you, 1 for a friend, is really great, particularly with spas and restaurants and things that people will do together. And then also, if you have financing available, having a special holiday financing program is extremely powerful. People are spending a lot of money on the holidays, and if you can help them spend, not necessarily spend less, but not have to outlay as much cash, you have a better chance of selling to them than your competitor who doesn't offer that discount. Downloads, here's some examples. Holiday recipes, 5 ways to save during the holidays, and what to do at year-end to avoid paying taxes next year. the downloads, and the benefit of the downloads is that people will give you their email address in exchange for information. And so you want to provide them with information that will be useful to them during the holidays and at year end. A great way to engage your customers are to have events. Now, if you don't have a retail location, this can be a little bit more challenging, but I've also seen organizations run virtual events. A nonprofit I was associated with had done an auction for years, and every year attendance at the auction fell, and there was so much organization around finding a location and soliciting donations and then running the auction. And so what they did is, one year they just did an online auction. They put all of the items up. You could bid on all of the items, and then throughout the day on auction day, they would post the winners. It was a great way to raise money, to keep people engaged, and do it without necessarily relying on a location. But if you do have a physical location, doing a holiday-themed preview night or an exclusive preview or some kind of bring a friend promotion. Again, salons and spas, if you bring a friend, your friend is half price or 30% off. And again, it creates this really nice experience for one of your customers and maybe someone who's never been introduced to you. When it comes to business, packaging offers and services as a holiday gift, free consulting for new clients. This is at year end. This is a time when people are looking and thinking about wrapping up the year. So 30% on quarterly reviews or doing a promotion. Avoid the price increase. Sign up now for next year's services. Prices are going up in 2019. Use your email to send hints and tips. I saw some really nice holiday trends, holiday decorating ideas, holiday food trends, best tools, most popular gifts. Things, questions that people might have around the holidays. If your hints and tips can answer them, you're going to get a lot of people opening your emails for the information. And of course, don't forget the donations. As you're trying to encourage people to donate, consider having them, offering them a special discount or a bonus. If you donate now, WFYI, our public radio always does if you donate at the $15 level, you get a bag, and at the $50 level, you get coffee mugs with coffee. So think about doing a promotion where you have a gift for donation, or registering and getting exclusive access maybe to an event that the general public can't come to. Okay, let's talk about setting up your campaign. You want to think about the campaign as both a push and a pull. You're going to push content to people, but what you want is for them to make some kind of a response. So, to get them engaged, you might have some information like this on your website, designed to get them to participate. They qualify for this coupon by giving you their email address. They get the coupon, and now you have a way of staying in touch with them all season long. As you work on your holiday campaigns, step number 1 is making it clear. Make sure your subject line and your pre-header text have a simple message that conveys the benefit. Now, on this particular example, they did something that I'm not necessarily crazy about. They're using the word free in all caps. I am afraid that they might actually end up in a spam folder with that free, but I like the idea that both their subject line and their pre-header text have a consistent message. As you're designing your email, remember I told you you wanted to have one purpose for each email. So make it clear what the email is about. Limit choices. Order online. They actually did a study and tested 2 different emails for a florist. One email had 6 different flowers, and one had only a single bouquet that said, "These are the flowers Mom wants for Mother's Day." The email that had only one choice actually sold more than the email that had lots of choices. And as you're designing your campaign, take the time to really make it look a little nicer. Use design wisely. Use great images, a little bit of design element. There doesn't have to be a lot of information. The only thing they really want you to do is RSVP to this event. And that's all they put in the email. Make it easy. Help people find the right gift. Create clickable options in the campaign, and then also use images to communicate. But don't rely just on the images. Remember to have alternate text in case people don't download the images, so they'll know what your email is about. And make it engaging. Go beyond just text. We've seen studies that say video in emails increases click-through rates by up to 300%. So put a fun video in your email. You can embed a video right from YouTube. And people like reviews. 88% of people have indicated they are likely to read reviews before purchasing a major item. So put the reviews right in an email. Let people know what it's like to do business with you. Make it social. Be sure to ask people to share, like, tweet, and repin. Go ahead and encourage them to spread the word. Use the simple share feature, if you're using Constant Contact, to take this email and push it to social media. Show off your profiles and include sign-ups for your email in your social profile. I really like where they have this spread the word and encourage people to tell others about this campaign. Remember that a significant number, possibly 50% of all of your readers, are going to be looking at your email on mobile. So make sure you don't drop into really tiny fonts. Limit your text and images, because even short emails seem to feel a lot longer on mobile. Use buttons for your calls to action, because people are much more likely to click on a button than they are a link from an email. And one of the other advantages to starting early is the ability to measure and adjust before you're in the heat of the season. So test, test, test. Test your headlines. Divide your list in half and send one campaign to half your list and another to the rest of your list to figure out which one works better. If you're using Constant Contact, they've really got a nice new headline testing tool that actually does this automatically for you. Test different offers with a small percentage of your audience and see which one gets higher responses. And test your timing. Look at what happens if you send first thing in the morning, middle of the day, or right around dinner time. Compare different campaigns. Look at what happens and you've got small campaigns, but compare your big campaigns and look for which one got a higher open rate. This one got a huge click-through rate compared to this one. Look at what was different here, and do more of this and less of that. And then as you're in the season, start thinking about segmenting your audience and using their behavior to do it. You have an opportunity to look at, number one, which link worked best. And so certainly this one was way more effective than either of these. But there are 132 people who clicked on this link. With a simple right click, you can add these people to a unique list. Now I know these people were interested in my chocolate bars. And so I might send them a second email just about chocolate bars that I don't send to everybody else because they were already indicating they were interested. Holiday success. It really isn't that hard. Start early. Define your goals. Create great offers. Create a schedule and plan it out in advance. Create the content early and then measure and adjust. Do these things and you are much more likely to have a successful holiday season.